Welcome to this video on Venn diagrams and mutually exclusive or disjoint events. Let's begin. After watching this video, you should be able to use a Venn diagram appropriately, define the terms disjoint and mutually exclusive, and determine whether or not two events are mutually exclusive or disjoint. The Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is a graphical organizational tool that looks something like this. It's two overlapping circles. This is sometimes used in liberal arts classes to compare and contrast two things. For example, suppose you wanted to compare and contrast Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn, who are two fictional characters from the writings of Mark Twain. In the left section, we would talk about characteristics of Tom Sawyer that do not apply to a Huck Finn. On the right side, we would talk about characteristics of Huck Finn that do not apply to Tom Sawyer. And last but not least, in the middle, the overlapping section, we would list the things that these two fictional characters have in common. The Venn diagram is also used in statistics when describing two events. The space where the two circles overlap represents both A and B. The left side of the left circle that is not part of the overlap represents event A but not B occurring. The right side of the right circle represents event B occurring but not event A. Let's create a Venn diagram for the events tall person and dark hair. In the middle, or the overlapping section, we have tall people who also have dark hair. On the left side of the left circle, in the non-overlapping portion, we have people who are tall but do not have dark hair. And in the right side of the right circle, in the non-overlapping section, we have people who have dark hair but are not tall. Vocabulary. Two events are said to be disjoint or mutually exclusive if they cannot occur at the same time. The terms mutually exclusive and disjoint are synonymous and will be used interchangeably in this video. Are the events tall and dark hair mutually exclusive or disjoint? To answer this question, we need to ask ourselves, can they occur at the same time in a single person? Yes, a person can be both tall and have dark hair at the same time. Therefore, the events tall and dark hair are not mutually exclusive or disjoint. Example 2. Let's take the example of a coin flip. Think of the two outcomes of a coin flip, heads and tails. Can these two outcomes occur at the same time, that is, in a single coin flip? The outcomes heads and tails cannot occur in the same time in a single coin flip. Therefore, we say they are disjoint or mutually exclusive. If we drew this situation as a Venn diagram, you would see that the two circles do not overlap because the events heads and tails cannot occur at the same time in a single coin flip. Example 3. Rolling a die. Suppose you roll a fair six-sided die one time. Can you roll a 1 and a 2 in a single roll? You cannot roll a 1 and a 2 at the same time in a single roll of the die. Therefore, these events are said to be disjoint or mutually exclusive. Again, if we drew a Venn diagram to illustrate this, the circles would not be overlapping because there is no way that you can roll a 1 and a 2 at the same time with a single die. Example 4. Baseball. Suppose the Orioles are playing a baseball game. Can the Orioles both win the game and lose the game? The Orioles will either win the game or they will lose the game. They cannot do both in a single game. Therefore, the events winning and losing are mutually exclusive or disjoint. Again, if we drew this situation as a Venn diagram, the circles would not overlap. Practice. You try it. State whether the following events are or are not mutually exclusive or disjoint. Being late to a meeting and being early to the same meeting. Wearing long pants and wearing a t-shirt. Having a friend who is tall and having another friend who is short. Buying tomatoes at the grocery store and not buying tomatoes at the grocery store. Pause this video, jot down your answers, and then unpause it to see if you are correct. Late or not. These events are mutually exclusive. You cannot be both early and late at the same time. Since both events cannot occur at the same time, they are mutually exclusive or disjoint. If we drew a Venn diagram of the situation, the circles would not overlap. Long pants and a t-shirt. These events are not mutually exclusive or disjoint because it is possible to wear long pants and a t-shirt at the same time. In fact, you've probably done it many times. Since both events can occur at the same time, they are not mutually exclusive or disjoint. If we drew a Venn diagram of the situation, the circles would overlap. Tall friend, short friend. These events are not mutually exclusive or disjoint because a person can have more than one friend, and one of them could be a could be tall and the other could be short. Since both events can occur at the same time, they are not mutually exclusive or disjoint. If we drew a Venn diagram of the situation, there would be an overlap with the two circles. Buying tomatoes and not buying tomatoes. These events are mutually exclusive or disjoint. You cannot both buy tomatoes and not buy tomatoes on the same trip to the grocery store. Since both events cannot occur at the same time, they are mutually exclusive or disjoint. If we drew a Venn diagram of the situation, the two circles would not overlap. Having watched this video, you should now be able to use a Venn diagram appropriately, define the terms disjoint and mutually exclusive, and determine whether or not two events are mutually exclusive or disjoint.